This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some huge updates to share with you. Gas prices are down, President Biden's approval ratings are up, and President Biden just made a huge stimulus executive order announcement. I'll let you know in the video clip sharing what President Biden said, and there's some pushback from a Fox News reporter on this big news. I'll play you both those video clips, and we'll go over this article right here, stimulus update. There's bipartisan support for one particular type of stimulus payment, and it'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Thursday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below, and I'm picking the winners for the $200 checks for my subscribers today. I will be picking the winners at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so stay tuned for that video, and you still have a few hours left to sign up if you haven't already. Details down in the description below. Do it before 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so you could be a potential winner for the $200 checks. All right, let's get into it. Gas prices drop 70 days in a row in the second longest streak since 2005. So gas prices were pretty much at their peak at June 14th, and they were at $5.02 a gallon, and now after 70 days of falling, this is the second longest record going back to 2005, and the gas prices now are $3.89 a gallon on average throughout the country, down $4.38 a month ago. And President Biden's approval surges, rebounds from highest levels since May. So yesterday, I think there was another poll that was the highest level since June. So President Biden on a winning streak here, with getting a few things done, and probably the biggest thing that has been done here is President Biden cancels $10,000 in federal student loan debt for most borrowers. So it could be up to $20,000 for certain recipients as well. So this is huge news, and he's been talking about it for a while, been teasing it, wondering when this is actually going to happen. It looks like it is officially happening, especially since he promised it during his campaign. But is it fair? Is it the right thing to do? Take a look at what President Biden has to say directly from President Biden. Then I'll give you a clip from a Fox News interviewer with the Education Secretary getting some pushback there. So first, take a look at President Biden.
Our approach is why America's economic recovery was faster and stronger than any other advanced nation in the world. Now it's time to address the burden of student debt in the same way. Working closely with the Secretary of Education, he's got the hard job, Secretary Cardona. Here's what my administration is going to do to provide more breathing room for people so they have less burdened by student debt. And quite frankly, to fix the system itself, which when we came in, we both acknowledged was broken in terms of, anyway. There are three key factors what we're going to do today. First, we've made incredible progress advancing America's economic recovery. We've wound down pandemic relief programs like the ones on unemployment insurance and small businesses. It's time we do the same thing for student loans. Student loan payments pause is going to end. It's going to end December 30. I'm extending to December 31st, 2022, and it's going to end at that time. It's time for the payments to resume. Second, my campaign for president, I made a commitment. That would provide student debt relief, and I'm honoring that commitment today. Using the authority Congress granted the Department of Education, we will forgive $10,000 in outstanding federal student loans. In addition, students who come from low-income families, which allowed them to qualify to receive a Pell Grant, will have their debt reduced $20,000. Both of these targeted actions are for families who need it the most. Working and middle-class people hit especially hard during the pandemic, making under $125,000 a year. If you make more than that, you don't qualify. No high-income individual or high-income household on top of the 5%, in the top 5% of incomes, by the way, will benefit from this action, period. In fact, about 90% of the eligible beneficiaries make under $75,000 as family. Here's what that means. If you make under $125,000, you get $10,000 knocked off your student debt. If you make under $125,000 a year and you received a Pell Grant, you'll get an additional $10,000 knocked off that total for a total of $20,000 relief. 95% of the borrowers can benefit from these actions. That's 43 million people. Of the 43 million, over 60% are Pell Grant recipients. That's 27 million people who will get $20,000 in debt relief. Nearly 45% can have their student debt fully canceled. That's 20 million people who can start getting on with their lives. All this means people can finally crawl out from under that mountain of debt, to get on top of their rent and their utilities, to finally think about buying a home or starting a family or starting a business. And by the way, when this happens, the whole economy is better off. In the coming weeks, the Department of Education will lay out in detail a short and simple form to apply for this relief, along with information when this application process opens.
So it looks like it is actually happening, but it is not the full promise that President Biden said. Originally, President Biden, on his campaign trail for the 2020 presidential election, he originally said for every federal student loan borrower. There are some restrictions now in terms of income and a few other things. So let me know your thoughts on this. Good idea, bad idea? Is it good that he's following through with his promise, or is it not fair for the people who did not, or is it not fair for the people who paid off their student loans on time before this forgiveness was announced? Let me know your thoughts on that. Take a look at the Republican perspective, or actually a Fox News Republican reporter pressing on Cardona, the education secretary, right after this news. Take a look at this right here.
Look, this is a good day for America, a good day for those who are thinking about higher education in the future, because not only does it provide student loan forgiveness, it also fixes a system that's broken. And to those who are saying it's not fair, look, the aim of this is really to address the effects of the pandemic. It's my responsibility to make sure that people aren't coming out of the pandemic worse off than they were at the beginning.
But to the fairness question, the people that are sitting at home,
right,
having just paid off their student loans or having paid them off years ago, what's in it for them?
Right. Well, look, when we address some of the issues that could lead to default payments or default borrowers in the future, that affects everyone. We should be proud that we're able to help Americans that need help right now, just like we help businesses, small businesses during the pandemic. You know, it's about making sure we're taking care of Americans and investing in our economy and in our people.
But just the final one on this,
sure,
the people that already paid their student loans,
right,
they don't get anything out of this deal.
Right.
That's right. Okay. Speaker Pelosi said last year she thought that this was something a president could not do. It would require an act of Congress. So is this legal?
Yeah, look, the HEROES Act, page 637 to be exact, provides access, gives me the authority to provide a waiver to ensure that Americans are not worse off after an emergency, a national emergency, which the pandemic was.
And the big focus here is on college and grad school today. We heard Dr. Fauci yesterday talking about grade school kids, and he said, I don't think it's forever irreparably damaged anyone, talking about remote learning. Do you agree with that?
Look, we know remote learning doesn't substitute for in-person learning. That's why we're thrilled the American Rescue Plan dollars is being used to provide tutoring, to provide additional supports. This school year, our students need us to level up education across the country, get back to making sure kids are reading, math, making sure that they have the supports that they need. I do believe that while remote learning helped during the pandemic, it's no substitute for in-person learning.
And I know that you guys gave, I think it's $27 billion to school districts to make sure the kids are caught up. What kind of follow-up are you doing to make sure that these students who missed out on so much time are actually caught up?
That's a great question, and I'll be very frank with you. There was a lot of funding through the American Rescue Plan dollars, and rightfully so. Our kids suffered a lot, but now we're putting up new systems of accountability to make sure the money is going to the classrooms and the students are getting the support that they deserve.
But just in terms of making sure that kids who are in fifth grade right now are all at a fifth grade level, what can you do, or what are you doing?
Well, you know, state and local governments are the ones that move forward their assessment systems. What we're doing is providing support, accountability, and technical assistance to make sure that they're assessing where their students are and providing tutoring and after-school programming to catch these students up. That's why the American Rescue Plan dollars made so much sense, and that's why across the country, all states are benefiting from it.
What are your thoughts on that and what Cardona, the Education Secretary, has to say? Do you agree, disagree? Let me know your thoughts. Let's go over this article right here. Stimulus update. There's one bipartisan support for one particular type of stimulus payment. So many people have been hoping for another stimulus check from the federal government. At this point, not really likely. We're seeing it on a state and local government level, actually a lot, but there is bipartisan support for another expansion of the child tax credit though. So basically this article is talking about the child tax credit that was originally $250 and $300 per month. It was mainly Democrats and I would say one Republican. So to say it's bipartisan, yes, it is true, but that one Republican, Mitt Romney, with his own type of child tax credit bill, not the one that the Democrats wanted. So that's basically just what this article is talking about. Are you in support of the child tax credit? Should that try to be brought back? Bernie Sanders tried to put that in the Inflation Reduction Act. It got shot down. But there still are some other states doing it on a state level too that are boosted from what they originally had. Anyways, that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Oh, hi guys, I didn't see you there. Guys, can I tell you tip of the day because you know, I'm still in South Carolina. I know it looks like in a different place, but let's get over it. Can I tell you the thing that you should really actually do when someone's hurt or you're hurt? You should like really do something really good and help them out because they're hurt. You can't let a person hurt. Stay there. I know you guys would do such a great thing, even better than that. Like help them up or something. And you can too. So that's all the advice that I wanted to give to you today. And also this is my sister Kalea. Say hi. Hi. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. Don't forget, I'm picking the winners for the $200 checks today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned for that video, and we'll pick the winners then. And if you want to check out any of my other videos on my other channels, you could click right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for watching.